Athens, a city often referred to as the cradle of Western civilization and one of the oldest cities in the world. This is our first time in Greece. Actually, it's our first time in Europe altogether, and we have no idea what to expect. From what we've seen, people seem to either love the city or say to just skip it entirely and head straight for the islands. But we never listened to the noise and always set out to see a place for ourselves. So over the next couple of days, we're going to explore the city, eat some delicious food, and figure out, is Athens worth visiting, or should you just skip it? After a grueling 18-hour red-eye flight, we have made it to Athens.
Immigration was easy. It was a hello and a stamp, and we're in. Now we just got to get our bags and find our driver. You excited?
Yeah. Very excited. Very tired, but very excited for Greek salad. Oh my god.
There's a number of ways you can get to town from the airport, and call us bougie, but after that flight, we wanted easy. We booked a private taxi from the airport to our hotel using welcome pickups. It's definitely pricey by comparison to the metro or buses, but it was convenient, air-conditioned, and comfortable.
So, first funny story here in Greece, we were sitting in front of the elevator, and the guy eventually was like, you just have to pull the door, the elevator's been here.
We didn't realize that there was like a self-opening. And then, yeah, it's just a very tight
Very squished.
little elevator.
But, we've made it.
Oh no!
Don't get us stuck. How do you open it? Oh no. Oh no.
I think it'll just open. And then we push.
Push, yeah. Okay, that's our room.
We're staying at the Crystal City Hotel, which is conveniently located right next to the Meta Giorgio station. It's a little dated, but the rooms are very comfortable and impeccably clean. You can scan this QR code or click the link in the description to book a room for your trip to Athens.
So far, Athens is pretty dope. There's a ton of street art everywhere, and it's like a mix between street art and graffiti. And yeah,
Gritty, but we don't mind grit.
yeah, it kind of adds a character to it. Plus there's like a lot of activism and, I don't know, politically charged street art, which, I don't know, reminds me of some of my favorite places I've ever been. Ash is taking me to a place called Monastiraki Square, which is apparently the super cool, hip, touristy area.
Monastiraki. Public plaza surrounded by restaurants and rooftop bars, home to a centuries-old Byzantine church. You can tell we've done our research. I like Google.
I can already hear the music and liveliness appearing. It's looking so much different already than the way here. I feel like this is what I've always imagined when I think of being in Europe. This is like not what I was expecting, but also almost exactly what I was expecting when we came here. Meandering through the alleyways, there was just like so many little cafes and restaurants and street art and graffiti and just, I don't know, there's like little tucked away little alleys, and all of a sudden we open up and we're surrounded by like Byzantine architecture and Greek columns, and there's the Acropolis and the Parthenon.
It's so cool.
Yeah, it's like the perfect lighting. Everything is absolutely beautiful. This is what I think of when I think of like proper European tourist destination. Hello. Good, good.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, this place is bumping. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Mad people trying to get us tickets to their Acropolis view, but I feel like we've got one from our hotel, is what he said to us. But yeah, we got cards. There's all kinds of places.
They're cool cards though.
Yeah,
like
they're
collectibles in a way.
yeah, it's like trading cards. Great souvenirs. Everybody's been super nice so far. And there are so many cats, and they are well fed. Chonky cat. Don't worry, no one's looking. It's just crazy to think that like hundreds and hundreds of years ago, people like debated philosophy on these streets.
Thousands. 5,000 years old is how old the city is.
Okay, thousands of years ago. That's fair.
I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on anything. I look a lot of things up and then I jumble them all in my brain and I have to recall them and hope that I'm attributing the place to the right memory. So let us know in the comments. Follow this Athens. we're walking along, we're noticing how much graffiti there is literally everywhere. I thought that it might be confined to just like the ammonia area or, you know, some of the, I guess, seedier parts of town. I hope I'm not offending anybody by saying that, but no, it's everywhere. And I'm not a person that's typically like, oh, if there's graffiti, it must be dangerous. I don't think that at all. But I will say, I think there's maybe a little bit too much for my taste, because while I don't mind it, I kind of do think it's taking away from not only the beauty of the ancient buildings, and just the architecture is really cool here in Greece.
It's just everywhere. Like across the street, up the buildings. If you can reach it, you can tag it.
Like even the windows, that's I think where it gets for me like disrespectful, because like I said, I'm not inherently against graffiti. I actually think it's kind of cool and rebellious, especially if you have like a message, but like that's just like, don't ruin people's storefronts, you know?
The sun has gone down, the golden hour lights have faded, and the buildings are no longer colored in this like just brilliant pastel color. But I really came to Greece for one thing, and that's food. And so you can't come to Greece and not have souvlaki. And there was this gentleman who had a shop, and we walked by and it smelled amazing. But we ordered a souvlaki and a liter of local wine.
Half liter.
I think it was a half liter of local wine for €4, which is insane. Oh wow, and it's really good. And then yeah, he said that the chicken was the way to go. So I've got the chicken souvlaki. This thing is absolutely stacked. Again, €4. So we got €8 on the table, and I got a massive sandwich and some wine. So we're gonna give it a bite.
Sorry, don't mind me.
Ashley's taking all my food for the cats. All right, it's hot. It came straight off the grill. It's got some fries, some seasoning, some paprika, some kind of sauce, chicken, tomato.
Good?
Go. Holy. That chicken is perfect. It is tender and juicy. The veggies are fresh. The fries are crispy. They're not soggy like they have been in some that we've gotten. Look at this pillowy flatbread. And I think it's like Thousand Island dressing or something. But it is so good. Yeah. And then you got the nice barbecue char on the chicken. This is absolutely the best way to end a day where I don't think I've properly slept except for a doze on the plane since 11 our time. I don't know when I woke up and when I went to bed, but it was a long day.
Also, look at these little beggars. They're the cutest. Oh my gosh. This one couldn't be bothered to say hi to me, and I told him that I knew I would see him once I had food. Yep, sure did. Oh, you better be careful. Ooh. They're very cute. I love the cats of the Athens.
I do too, but they are feisty.
Feisty. Okay, it's so big. That was really good. The chicken is amazing. It tastes the smoke and the grill, the charcoal.
Not hungry. I'm gonna eat half your sandwich.
That's so good.
Yeah. Who else's partner is like this, where they're like, I don't want anything. I'll just have a bite of yours, and a bite turns into half the sandwich. Yeah. So I don't know at what point this is in the video that you're watching. Could be the end. Could be the beginning. Could be the beginning of the end. But all I know is it's the end of our day, or 2 days. I'm so excited to be in Greece. I'm so excited to be starting this wild adventure that we're on. And yeah, so we'll see you tomorrow.
We're here at the Varvakios market, which is a really large market that's selling a ton of fresh seafood, a lot of animal products, and it looks like there's like some vendors on the outside too that might have some stuff that we can actually buy and eat, because this is all kind of stuff that you have to prepare. So I'm pretty interested to see what's in here. I can already smell the fish, so yeah, let's go check it out.
One thing we've learned on our travels is if you want to understand a city, start at its market. Varvakios Market is Athens' main central food market. Opened in 1886, it's best known for its fish and meat halls with whole animals, hanging cuts, and a massive seafood display that can feel intense if you're not used to it. This is where locals, restaurant owners, and chefs actually shop, especially early in the morning. The surrounding streets are packed with spice shops, nuts, olives, cheese, and casual tavernas, including some of the cheapest meals in central Athens.
So we were on our way to grab some lunch, but as we were exiting the market, we came across this place, which has souvlaki for 1.4 euros, which that's just insane. And I feel it would be criminal not to try it, so that's what we're gonna do.
So this thing looks really, really good, and the lady standing in line next to us said it's amazing, so I'm pretty excited. I don't know what's in here, but it looks pretty tasty. I'm gonna move this meat up to the front, because you know, there's not enough here. So good. That's amazing. It's got like a mustard on it.
Gonna make Ashley souvlaki head. Oh yeah, I do smell that mustard. And I love the smell of the raw red onion. That is incredible.
Do you like the one today or yesterday better?
Two completely different things. Really tough to compare them. This doesn't have like a bunch of crazy like mayonnaise-y sauce or anything. It's got no French fries. It's just onion, Dijon mustard, tomato, and pork. And it's fresh, you can tell. Now that we've had a quick snack, it's time to go get some real lunch. Not that that wasn't real food, but it was just small, and we shared it.
For lunch, we decided to head to an Athens staple, Taverna Klimataria. This place is nearly 100 years old, and it's still serving up some traditional Greek staples. The vibe was exactly what we were looking for in here. Wine barrels, hanging vines, and people having a great time. It was pretty loud, so we'll just get to the good stuff. We wanted to go with something light, so of course the obvious choice was a Greek salad, a side of bread with tzatziki, and a little bit of their house red wine. The staff was lovely, the food was incredible, and we can't recommend this place enough. We've left links to all the places we visited in this video down in the description, so you can check them out on your trip to Athens.
It's so good. We were planning on having a light lunch and we just ordered bread and a salad, but it ended up being the perfect amount of food. Like honestly, if we had ordered 2 separate meals, we would have been stuffed right now. The portions were so big, and that was just like the perfect pick-me-up that we needed for this very, very hot day in Athens. It is, my watch doesn't navigate, so I don't know how hot it is, but it's very,
93
very hot.
degrees.
93?
93.
It feels like it. It's midday. We've only got one day here before we join our tour, so we're gonna go explore Plaka.
And we're gonna end the video somewhere super, super special.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited.
I'm also very excited.
On our way to Plaka, we were just in time to see something that is very uniquely Athens. This is the changing of the guard at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier in front of the Greek Parliament building. The ceremony takes place every hour, with a more elaborate version on Sundays at 11 a.m. The guards, known as the Ev Zone, stand watch here day and night. Every movement is slow and deliberate, meant to show discipline, respect, and remembrance for soldiers who were never identified.
In front of the fallen soldier ceremony, there is a memorial and also a protest that remembers the victims of the Temne train collision. There was a horrific accident in February of 2023, which left over 50 people killed and dozens severely injured. Unfortunately, nobody paid for that accident to happen, and it was swept under the rug. As a result of this, the people came together and, in a form of protest, wrote down the names of all of the victims here in front of the Parliament building. And each night they come out and they sing songs and they remember the victims and they keep their name and their memory alive. They have a saying, until the end, and that's what they mean. They will not stop showing up at this exact spot until the end, until the laws have changed, until Parliament can be held accountable. I've never seen anything like that, and it's such a unique form of protest. And honestly, it's really, really badass too. So very, very sad that it happened, but it's really cool to see that people are not afraid of their governments and are willing to stand up for what they believe in. I hope that one day justice is served. Now we're here at Plaka, which is a cool residential neighborhood that has been turned into this kind of hip, trendy area. There's lots of souvenir shops, little cafes, restaurants, that sort of thing. And this area is actually known as the neighborhood of the gods due to its proximity to both the Acropolis and then also a lot of the historic sites in the area. So I'm excited to check this out. There's already a bunch of stuff that I could easily bring home with me, but yeah, this place is beautiful. We just turned around and realized that the Acropolis is right in front of us. This is the closest that we've been to it. That's insane. All of this ancient stuff is just so crazy.
So this is called a lemon breeze apparently, and it is delicious and refreshing, just like I imagine a lemon breeze would be. Behind me is the Acropolis, and on top of that, the Parthenon. Right here is Hadrian's Arch. We're like literally walking amongst history. This is often referred to as the birthplace of Western civilization. And we've spent so much time in the East over the last 3 years that it's just like complete juxtaposition. And if you're gonna come anywhere, you might as well come to, you know, where it started.
We brought a little bit of Thailand with us.
We had to. We were at Taverna Airport, and I don't think we've ever bought a souvenir from the airport. And we were like, well, we have to buy mangoes because this can happen. They're so good. Yeah, it's just like, oh, there's some normal trees over there, and then popping through the trees is a Greek column. I never would have imagined I'd be just chilling in Athens, walking around, making little videos. And this is a really wild life we've chosen for ourselves, my love. She's fiddling around with my backpack right now.
I'm stealing.
You're stealing?
Pickpocketing.
Yeah, my little thief.
Yeah, your favorite kisses.
All right, fine.
What? I don't know what it is, but I know it's really old, and that is cool. I will continue not knowing because that's in Greek.
So it turns out this is the temple of Zeus, and he's getting some remodeling done. But it was originally built back in 600 BC, which is just so long ago. And the cicadas are singing. This is a really surreal experience. We started reading this book called Mythos, which is basically an abridged history of Greek mythology. And it is very interesting. Zeus was a wild boy, and the Greek gods in general just got up to a lot of fun. They lived their lives, I can tell you that much. Yeah, it's just kind of surreal being here, if I'm being honest. What are you looking at, my love?
I need a hat. I feel like my forehead keeps getting burned. I'm starting to see signs of wear and tear. I feel goofy in hats, but I'm also kind of to the point where I just need one.
I think you might look goofy in that hat.
Huh?
That's a big hat.
They have different sizes. I just don't hat well. This is gonna look so goofy.
Way cuter. Actually, look really cute in that one.
I like this one, surprisingly. I didn't think I was going to.
So this is supposed to be Dionysus Hill. And there's supposed to be like a ton of cafes and, I don't know, little shops and places to chill. There's a lot of troubadours or buskers or whatever you want to call them. And the music's lovely, and I don't know, there's the Acropolis to our right, which is obviously beautiful, but I don't see anything. All the shops look closed and kind of abandoned. Man, these views. Athens is pretty incredible. I had no expectations, and I'm honestly blown away. I'm very, very surprised at how incredible this city is. Not that I expected it to be bad, but I don't know, I had no expectations. I've never been to Greece. This is a totally new region of the world for me.
Whoa, look at that.
Oh, wow.
I bet that view is gonna be insane.
Buy
Are
tickets,
we gonna
maybe?
have to wait in that?
I don't know.
I hope not.
Otherwise, what's the point in booking online?
Yeah, I don't know.
If this is the line, that's gonna be crazy.
While we wait for it to be our turn to visit the Acropolis, we're gonna go check out the view from Aeropagus Hill.
The views are insane. Athens is a massive city, and you can see the whole city, 360-degree views. We've got the top of the Acropolis over here, just super crowded with people. It's so impressive. Watch out, because it's all like very slick, I think marble, and repurposed marble slabs and steps. And so I'm wearing flip-flops, and I think Ashley has her Crocs on. So it can definitely be very slick, so watch your footing. Wear proper shoes if you got them. We don't have them. You could definitely hurt yourself if you're not careful. Oh man, this place is incredible. Honestly, now that we're here looking at everything, I feel like we could have come up here for free and just enjoyed this and not spent the $100 for entrance tickets to get to the Acropolis itself, but we'll see. We haven't gone yet, so I think we're gonna go get in line now, and then we'll tell you afterwards if we think spending the money for the Acropolis is worth it. All right, well, there she is, the Parthenon atop the Acropolis. And we don't get to go because for some reason, the Get Your Guide app is not displaying that we booked it. We booked it with PayPal through the Get Your Guide website, and they have you download an app. They don't send any sort of a confirmation email with a QR code or anything like that. And yeah, so we're sitting here trying to log in to show our code, and there's no booking. There's no evidence of us booking, with the exception of a receipt from PayPal. So it's $100, $99.96 or something like that. And yeah, it's 7:30, 30 minutes after we're supposed to be able to be admitted in to the Acropolis to wander the ancient halls of all these awesome Greek temples, and we can't go. So hopefully we'll be able to sort something out with Get Your Guide and get a refund, because it's a lot of money to spend to not be able to do something. I will say, at this point, the hill we were just on was way better because it was free. We didn't have to download an app or have a QR code or anything like that. And we actually got to go check it out. And it had beautiful views of Athens. And I'm not denying that the Acropolis and the temples on top of it and walking through the Parthenon wouldn't be just like a once-in-a-lifetime amazing experience, but we'll keep you updated on how this gets resolved. We'll know how it gets resolved by the time this video comes out. So we'll probably pop in. Editing Mike, come on in and tell us how it all happened.
Okay, so it turns out this was all our fault. This is our first time using Get Your Guide, and when we booked our tickets online, for some reason we were logged into Ashley's business account. So when we tried downloading the app and logging in with our emails, nothing showed up. We couldn't figure it out. This also explains why we never got an email with a QR code or any other kind of confirmation aside from our PayPal receipt, and why no matter what we tried, nothing was working. And it's super bummer too, because when we called Get Your Guide support to try and get something resolved, because it was our fault, we were kind of out of luck. The lady I spoke to was super nice, and she did everything she could to try and help us out, but because the tickets had already been issued to us, there was really nothing she could do. But it is what it is, and we live and we learn. So hopefully this will help you out when you're booking your tickets to the Acropolis or anything with Get Your Guide in general. It's probably smarter to just do it from the app if you can. It'll save you a whole lot of headache. But to wrap this whole video up, the burning question is, should you skip Athens and head straight for the islands, or stick around for a couple days and check it out? Honestly, we think Athens is pretty awesome. Sure, parts of it are gritty, and parts are super touristy and crowded, but let's be real, it's Athens, Greece. It's one of the most popular cities in the world. Of course it's going to be crowded. There are some parts we'd suggest staying away from if you can avoid it, like the Ammonia area, mainly because there is a pretty large homeless population there, and it can feel a little bit sketchy, but even when we were walking through there on our way around places, we never really felt unsafe. Keep your belongings close, like your phones, wallets, cameras, things like that, but that's going to be any large city, whether you're in the US, Europe, or even big cities in Asia. Petty theft and pickpocketing knows no borders. And lastly, here's a couple tips just to make your trip a little bit smoother. Number one, try to stay near a metro. While Athens is pretty walkable, in the summers it can be very hot. So being near a metro is a really cheap way to get around, but it also acts as a great way to beat the heat. Number two, make sure to use Alpha Bank ATMs and stay away from the Euronet ATMs. Euronet ATMs are awful, and they will charge you so many fees and take away all of your hard-earned cash. Trust me, I learned this the hard way. Most places do take card or tap to pay, but it's always good to have a little bit of cash on you because there's always that one random vendor that doesn't take anything but euros. And lastly, after spending a couple days exploring around, we think that 3 days is probably the sweet spot in Athens. It gives you enough time to see all the major sites without feeling super rushed, but you could easily spend a week here if you're a completionist like Ashley. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you found it helpful, hit the like button or the hype button to let the YouTube gods know we're doing something right. And if you're interested in following us on our 16-day, 10-country tour through the Balkans, subscribe to the channel because this is a first for us and we can't wait to share our experience with you over the next couple of weeks. If you like this video, you don't want to miss our Athens food tour video that's going to be coming out later in the series. So with that, thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next one.